video today to show you a new product. Now this is not going to be a review, it's going to be an unboxing and just a bit of first impressions of a product I got in today. And I want to introduce that a bit because this is not a fountain pen review. As you know, if you've followed my channel for a bit, I have a series of videos called Gearing Up with sbrebrown. And in those videos I review gear, multi-tools, pocket knives, the occasional flashlight, that kind of stuff. In 2016 I want to do more of those, and I know that's not for everyone. I know that a lot of my followers are really interested in fountain pens, but I also know there's quite a bit of overlap between fountain pens and everyday carry EDC gear. And I contacted a company called knivesandtools.com, which sounds very English, and it is, but in fact it is a Dutch company. And we go way back actually, because if you know remember my old videos where I had samurai swords in the background, well, most of those swords were actually purchased there years ago. So I like the company. I asked them for a product that I had been eyeing for a very long time, and that is this. It is the SOG, aka SOG. I'm just going to say SOG because it's a bit more easy. The powr-assist multi-tool, and I've been looking at this for quite a while. So I'm going to unpack that, but just to give you a bit of a preview, some other stuff I want to review in 2016. A kind viewer sent me this, the Victorinox Soldier. That's the Soldier model Swiss Army knife, which I think is great. I haven't reviewed it yet because I want to try it for a while before I actually do so. Another thing that I really enjoy is this Timberland Backpack. I've been using this for quite a while now, and I'm really enjoying it, so that's another thing I want to show you. And I want to start doing these reviews outside, so that I can really show off the products more in their, say, natural habitat, or the area where they're supposed to be used. Okay, let's have a look at this. It is currently wrapped. I have not tried it yet, I have not opened it yet, so I'm going to give you my first impressions and unbox it. So exciting. Which is also interesting, by the way. The very kind guy I was talking to at Knives and Tools, Jasper, actually gave me a little personal note, which I really enjoyed, because he really did do his research and watch my videos, and he said, the quick brown fox jump, oh wait, multi-tool. Yes, it's a multi-tool. Okay, so we have this box. Nice packaging. I like this. The Leatherman tools come in very simple yellow cardboard boxes. This is a bit more of a display package with a nice blister and details of the product. I enjoy that. Looks good. Okay, out of that comes this the blister. Take out the stuff. Take out the pouch, and take out the tool. Now, SOG, been around for a while, made the original Navy SEAL knife, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just looking at the back of the box, some specifications. It's a 7-inch length tool, has the compound leverage technology. I'll come back to that in a second. It weighs 9.6 ounces. It's very cool that they put all that on the packaging. So let's see if we can use this. We have the tool itself. Of course, there is the pliers. I'm going through this as I see it, because as I said, haven't unpacked it yet. Nice needle nose pliers. They're really nice and fine. Really come down to a nice tip. We have the wire cutters there, of course, and the bit for really hard wire all the way at the bottom. First thing I noticed is that the blades on the wire cutters cannot be replaced. Some of the Leatherman tools, on some of the Leatherman tools that is an option, like the Mutt, and I think there are a few others that allow you to do that. So that's one thing I notice. Another thing I notice is these little cogs, which you may see, and that is the compound leverage system, which allows you to put a lot more pressure on the, exert more pressure with the pliers. So I'll definitely be trying that out, and I'll come back to that in the outdoor review. Okay, we have the wire crimpers in there. That looks good. And let's see how we open this up. Okay, that pops open, and then we have a bunch of tools. So I'm going to take the box so that I can label this correctly. We have a 3-sided file. I see one side and then 2, and there may be, yes, on this side that's also a nice file, and I'm assuming that you can use this as a flathead screwdriver. That's cool. What is the next item? That looks like a V-hook. Let me see. This all locks in place. It's always nice. I like it when you can lock a multi-tool. So there's a lock there, which you press, and it, as you can see there, it releases the specific tool you're using. Okay, here we have a V-hook. Would work well as a seatbelt cutter, I assume. That'd be an interesting test to play around with. Here we have a can opener and a, well, very small flathead screwdriver. Action on these things to put them out there is pretty smooth. It's not as smooth as I've seen on some Leathermans, but it's not as bad as on some Victorinox knives, where it's really hard sometimes to pull out the tools. Okay, bottle opener and a, well, medium flathead screwdriver. It's like Christmas, there's more stuff coming out. There's a Phillips screwdriver. It looks decent, and it also feels like it can lock in place like this. So that's cool, because that allows, clearly not with all this out, but allows you to use it like this as opposed to like that, if you catch my drift and that makes any sense. But of course it also pops out all the way. And then there's one more thing in there to see, and it has a nice little latch for your nail. And then you have yet another flathead screwdriver. Okay, well, first impressions, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I might as well put them back in, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools in there, which come out fairly easily and which are protected by that little flap. The nice thing about that flap is that when you are actually using the pliers, you don't feel the tool digging into your skin, because I can already tell if I use it like this is a bit sharp, and with this, corners are a bit more rounded off. It's more pleasant to use. Alright, on the other side we have the 2 knives. I'm going to put that back in there. It unlocks. It should unlock. Oh yes. That's not bad at all. Okay, so that pops out. And there we have, sorry, I'm just fiddling. First time I hold this tool, right? So it does have assisted opening. What was I pulling? Unlock, off, right, off, on. There's an off and on switch. And there's a little thing there, and it helps you take the tool out. I'm being a bit careful because I have a knack for cutting myself, and that's a serrated edge that looks particularly nasty, so I don't want to do some DIY surgery. Okay, locks in place, unlock, so push that button, and sorry, I'm going to do that a little further away so you can actually see what I'm doing. I have an unlock button there. It's locked, you push it back in and it folds back into place. And then when you put that on off, it should be locked. So I have slid this into the locked position, and then it does not function when you push that button. Okay. And on the other side, there's a knife as well. We put that in the correct position, and we push that, and that goes out as well. Pops out, nice, looks like a very nice edge. A sheet of paper here. What do we think out of the box? That looks pretty good. Alright, So that looks sharp, looks nice, looks like a cool tool. Just checking to make sure I have locked. Yes, I have. This is also supposed to be a tool you can open with one hand, and it is. And that actually hurt because I hit my knuckle. But I have not been able to do something like that with a Leatherman. Some have been a bit smoother than others, but that is very cool. I'm impressed. This looks good. Looks like a nice tool. It's quite rounded here, tapers down. I like that. First impressions, very positive. Nice tool, nice weight without being ultra heavy. Final thing is that it has a ruler on it, which you can see on that side, with both inches and centimeters. It's always useful. I actually have found myself using that a couple of times. Now then, we have the pouch. Velcro. Feels like pretty sturdy Velcro. I like that. Sorry about the noise. Tool fits in well, closes, stays in there, and goes into your belt with a nice little clasp. Happened to be wearing a belt, just checking to see whether it was wearing pants. You never know. Slips on there easily, no problems, and doesn't accidentally slip off. Also important. The belt and the tool, I mean, not the pants. Now, what do I like about the pouch so far? Well, a lot of these Leatherman pouches have extra loops and little things, pockets in the back. This does not. Very simple pouch, no frills. In a way that's nice. In a way I also like the extra loops for a small flashlight or something, but you know, I don't think this is, it doesn't feel at all like a bad pouch. It's well made, it's nice, and good stitching. Nothing seems to be off. It says SOG quite prominently. One thing I don't like so much is that you can only wear this in the vertical position. One of my pet peeves is that I really like to carry pouches on my belt like this, because then when you move to the side you don't poke yourself in the side. However, what I will say is that this loop is up there fairly highly, so when it's on your belt it kind of hangs down and it's not very high up on your belt, which I've also seen with other multi-tools. So interesting, nice, very interesting tool. What I'll be doing is, in the next few weeks, I'll be trying it out in a variety of contexts. And in the new year, 2016, I'm going to go out, I'm going to take it out, I'm going to fiddle around with it, and I'm going to show you what it can do in the great outdoors. Knives and tools. Thanks a lot for this review product. I really appreciate it. Guys, I will let you know when the next review is up, when I can actually go into detail with this tool. I hope you enjoyed the first impressions. Let me know what you think. If this is something I should do more often, or if you think this is boring, because then I can adapt my style. That's it. Hope this was useful, and I'd gladly see you later.